welcome to Omnibros Live on a Wednesday. Oh, I just found out my order was accepted on eBay. I wondered what they were charging me for. I don't own Spider Island or its companion, and I just, of course, they're wildly out of print. So I just got a good deal on them. Hi, I'm OmniDog, and this is Comics Guide. Yoink. Oh, he's got a Threads account already. El Carrero 89.
I do. I jumped on the popular bandwagon like everybody else right now, and I
Is
give it
that
a shot.
when you were born, you little spud? 1989?
I was born in '89.
That's 30 years after I was born. Wow.
Oh my god,
That's painful.
How was the Dust Bowl?
F you. Okay, wait. I've got to have.
Finally, it's my show. So tonight, we're going to talk about, I have no idea, honestly. Jess will be back in a minute. Super Live Heart says, hey-o, good peeps.
What just happened?
I have no clue. Did you do that on purpose?
No. Oh, did I leave on purpose?
I think you left on purpose. I'm like,
no, something weird just happened. I was trying to find something to respond to you like that. Or this. Oh, that's DC. That doesn't count. Where's the
No, there we go.
That's a good one. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's my favorite.
I also like this one. Thumbs down. Heaven, he's great.
Oh my god, man. How's you been? How's everything?
Good. I'm feeling good. Everything's going all right. I'm not in pain. I'm on a good streak. I haven't had pain for a while, and I'm trying dry needling. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I haven't heard of that.
I had a session. We are going to talk about comics tonight. Just one sec. We haven't talked in person for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of an Eastern medicine type thing. It's similar but different to acupuncture. Acupuncture goes along like certain points in your body, whereas dry needling, if you have pain, the idea, I believe, I still have to do more research on it, is they take a needle and gently put it in till it hits the knot, the muscle knot, and relieves it of its lactic acid, and it twitches really hard around the needle, but that's it releasing its lactic acid. And she thinks my pancreatitis led to the nerves in my abdominal area to make the muscles contract all over it, and that might be the source of my pain.
Oh my god.
So it really hurt last week, but I'm gonna give it another go tomorrow, because I do have some specific pain in my right side that has materialized since January.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let her go after that. And I will say, after she did the first treatment last week, usually I'm like on the clock 3 hours with my bolus thingy, but I went 6 hours before I needed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. Holy crap. It must be doing something, man.
Sorry?
It must be doing something then.
Yeah. And so this hasn't been hurting, but I do have a specific area over here that's been hurting. So I'm going to have her go after that tomorrow, and we'll really put it to the test. I'm also open to acupuncture or anything else.
Is it sciatic? Like, is your sciatica acting up? Could that be it?
No, this is specific pain like right here and over here. So it doesn't go down my leg. It's localized.
Because I asked the sciatica because I know you used to run a lot, and I used to run a lot as well. I don't do it as much anymore. I did it today, but I always pay for it the next day, and I just have pain like right where my sciatica is, and it shoots down.
Oh,
I pay for it when I first wake up every time the next day, and it takes me a bit to let it go away.
one of upper level management's best friends was over for brunch a couple Sundays ago, and she does acupuncture specifically for her sciatica.
Huh? It helps.
And it relieves her of it. Oh, here's our friend from New Zealand, Samantha Jane.
Hello.
I think I follow her on Instagram. She's like a world traveler.
Really?
I don't even know what you do, Samantha, but I think I followed you back on Instagram, and she goes all over the place, like the world. So she's a big world traveler.
Oh, that's fascinating. Does she do it professionally for photography, or is it part of her job? Do you know?
Good question, Samantha. I forget what you do for a living. Are you a professional photographer, or are you just like to travel for fun?
Mm-hmm.
She followed me because here's OmniDog on Threads, OmniDogs_vault. She followed me to see what it's like for people who just like to stay in their homes and not leave. How the other half lives, she wanted to see. Here's Kenny. I think it's been a minute since we saw Kenny. Super Laugh Hard.
What's up, guys?
James is here, of course. And Superman Space Age was out of this world. Thanks for the recommendation, Jess. You are welcome. So far, it's book of the year.
Wow, high praise.
Yeah. Actually, I need to turn you up a little bit. And Gabriel's here. Off-topic question. Everything's on topic.
Everything.
Who's better, John Rambo, John Wick, or Jason Bourne?
Jason. No, it's not Jason Bourne. It's a toss-up for me between John Rambo and John Wick. I'm gonna go with John Wick personally, even though I love the first Rambo movie. I think the first Rambo movie is a wonderful film that is a critique on Vietnam and the soldiers that came back from Vietnam and everything like that. By the way, read the book. The book is incredible and has a much more poignant and darker ending. But for me, overall, the John Wick series is better.
Yeah, I know you like that first movie. What was it? First Blood? Was that the name of the first movie?
Yep, First Blood.
Yeah, I know you like. I know that's a favorite of yours. This is a failing of mine. I haven't seen any of the John Wick movies, but I've seen all of the Jason Bourne movies. I love all those Jason Bourne movies, and so I can't use John Wick. And I know it's just because his dog doesn't really get shot in the beginning, but still it's hard for me to get it going. So I'll say Jason Bourne until I see John Wick. Super Laugh Hard says the answer is Snake Plissken from Escape from New York and LA.
God, I love Escape from New York and Escape from LA.
I do too. It's a great movie. Marvel Bab, what up? Hey, here's Farhan. Hi, Jess and Lou. Hope you guys doing well. And Jess, may your health and pain improves and God be good with you always. Peace and love. Farhan, you were such a good guy. Thank you for tuning in and all your positive thoughts. Thank you so much. Here's a question for you, I think, Lou.
Sure.
This is funny.
Is it bad that Sasmer asks, is it bad that I think Brian Dennehy was the real star of First Blood? It can be argued that
the sheriff.
He's the sheriff. It can be argued that he plays a very significant role, but I mean, ultimately, it is John Rambo's story, and it's the story of many soldiers when they came back from Vietnam, thinking that when they came back, they would be greeted with this ticker tape parade and be loved and adored, because that's what happened in World War II. They come back. Unfortunately, it was the complete opposite for a lot of the soldiers.
Yeah, and they all didn't come back at once like happened in World War II. And I think the Korean War, I think they called a timeout in the middle of it, and everybody came home. And
it was bad.
Vietnam, they came home sporadically.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, I have older, granted, much older family members. They're like, we didn't lose the Vietnam War. We tied. I'm like, I don't think that's how it works, but okay.
We tied in Korea, but I think, well, I don't know. I think we got a loss in Vietnam.
Yeah, I think we took the L on that one, but hey.
Yeah. Wait, what was obscure characters or rereads and rereads. Here's a question from Gabriel.
Gabriel Ringenberg. I apologize if I said that wrong, sir. Lou, what is the worst Rambo movie in your opinion? The last one that came out. And simply because, well, it's a toss-up for me between Rambo 3 and the last one that came out. Rambo 3 goes way too far into the cartoony stuff, and it really loses, I think, the important message of the first one. You start getting that in Rambo First Blood Part 2, but in Rambo First Blood Part 2, it doesn't go all the way there. It's in Rambo 3 that it just loses it completely. The last one that we have, and I forgot the name of it because I watched about a half an hour of it and I said, this is horrible. And I turned it off.
Was that released in the past 10 years?
It was about 3 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah. It looks like it's a sequel to Rhinestone because he's a cowboy.
Rhinestone, what a fool.
Yeah, I know, right? All he needed was Dolly Parton in that one. He's got a ranch and everything like that. It's not a good movie, honestly. So it's a toss-up between the last one, but I think it's the last one in Rambo 3, but I think it's the last one.
The last one. Okay.
Yeah. And it's partially the problem with it is that I think the one that came out, I want to say 2009, and it was just called John Rambo, if I'm not mistaken, was such a beautiful send-off for the character. He didn't need to come back and do another one.
Was that number 4?
That was. This is like Fast and Furious. They start blending into my head too. I think it was 4, if I'm not mistaken. I have the whole series in 4K, and it ends very poignantly because it literally ends with the whole thing is that John Rambo can't go home in that movie, and he finally. At the end of the movie, he ends up going back home. And the ending shot is him walking on to his family's ranch. And it's on the mailbox. It's been a long time since I've seen this. And it finally seems like he's found peace with everything that happened to him in Vietnam. And that's it. That's the end of the movie. I thought it was wonderful. They didn't need to come back for another one, but they did.
I think Brian played the sheriff so well, critiquing how some people let authority go to their heads, but I agree the main point is about the treatment of Vietnam vets. Sean Chandler on YouTube says he feels Rambo Last Blood felt very similar to Last Blood felt very similar to Liam Neeson's Taken, and I haven't seen either.
I saw the first Taken. I dropped off after that. I didn't see the other ones.
I heard that first one was pretty fun.
It was exciting. Yeah, it was really good. It reinvigorated Liam Neeson's career for a while.
Yeah,
it was a fun movie.
Speaking of movies, I just listened to the soundtrack to Interstellar, and I need to see that movie. I haven't seen it yet, and I also haven't seen. Wait, is it Annihilation? Is that with Jane Foster? What's the name? What's the name of that movie?
It's Annihilation. Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's called. I haven't seen Annihilation or Interstellar. That's a big gap in my movies.
My wife loves those movies, both of them. She loves Annihilation and Interstellar. I think, sweetie, you watched Annihilation the first time with me, right? Or had you seen it before? With you? Yeah. She loved it.
Beyond Comics, what up? Loving these DCU casting announcements, especially Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern, as Guy Gardner, and apparently he's going to be having the bowl cut, which is such a crazy look. That bowl cut is always the dorkiest thing ever. I still wonder I understand why the Ring chose him at first,
Yeah.
because I read that issue. But why does the ring keep staying on his finger? Because he's such a dork.
Yeah, Guy Gardner is kind of a bit of a dick. Which really, I don't see Nathan Fillion as that type of character, so it'll be interesting to see him play it. The bowl cut is really I can't believe they're doing the bowl cut, because that's gonna look that can go really wrong really fast. I wonder if they even we're gonna do the bowl cut, and maybe he gets on set and they try to do it and they're like, no, this looks fucking
Yeah, but what happens when you cut your hair that way and then it doesn't work? It's not like you can. He'd have to wear a wig after that.
He's gonna, I think he's gonna be in a wig. I mean, they're gonna do the carrot top. He's the carrot top. He's doing the bowl cut.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I loved him as Arms Fall Off Boy or whatever his name was in Suicide Squad. That was really funny.
Yeah, that was great.
So yeah, we love these DCU casting announcements too. And so I went to the Bible of Obscure Characters, Silver Age Batman 1.
Ooh, okay, let's hear it. You are a Rolodex of knowledge of these characters.
First of all, we can go to Batman 1967-ish, 1966-ish, right around the time of the TV show. Mm-hmm. The Grasshopper Gang. They dressed as grasshoppers, and the Batmobile was a convertible at the time, and one of them stole the Batmobile. So I do have a piece of artwork somewhere. Where is that thing? The depict. I'm gonna have to find that.
You had mentioned this to me in the chat, and I did not believe this was a real thing until I looked it up. So that's going to be probably a common theme of tonight's episode. That's a real thing, and then you look it up, and yes, it was.
Yeah, Grasshopper Gang. And I think I also said, wasn't like Clue Master? Did you look up Clue Master?
I can
see if he was a DC villain.
Let me pull up some pictures of these guys.
Okay.
Clue Master. What? Yeah, Clue Master was a villain. DC Comics.
Okay. I remember that name. And of course, who do you love the best?
Batmite. Oh my God, I love Bat. Oh,
I thought you were going to say somebody else. Your favorite villain.
Oh my God, Condiment King. I love Condiment King.
Condiment King.
I believe his first appearance was in the animated series, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
Before that, and I fucking love Condiment King. He's so stupid and he's so dumb. All right, I've got photos of Clue Master, and I've got a photo of the Grasshopper Gang. Wow.
So can you share those?
Yeah, I'll. Here's what I'll do. I'll send a link on the private chat, and you can put them up.
Okay, wait. Where's the private chat here? Whoops. Wait. Where's the private chat?
Tab next.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Yeah. Okay, got it. What? Whoa.
Yeah, it's a big link.
This is the
That's the Grasshopper Gang.
Is that the first picture with Batman?
That's the one.
Don't bug me, Grasshopper.
So this is Comics Code Authority villains, right? This is that time period.
Oh yeah. Okay, wait. I can share this. I want to get rid of. Okay. Yeah, this is what happens when the Comics Code Authority is in charge of when you have to go according to you have to strip out anything offensive or scary or remotely interesting about a villain.
That's right.
Let's see. I can make it a little bit. Can I make it bigger?
There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Or I could say, don't bug me, Grasshopper.
Wow, the pun. I didn't even catch the pun.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So there. Yeah. So like Batman and Robin are standing on a roof and they're watching as one of the Grasshopper gang drives away in the Batmobile. Like, did he just leave the keys in the Batmobile and boom, off the guy goes? So, I mean, and then second to that is, of course, Jason Todd boosting the tires on the Batmobile, which I also think is ridiculous, but okay, comics.
Yeah, you were around during that time. How fervent was the hate towards Jason Todd back then?
Um,
Pretty
I,
strong.
well, it was hard. It's hard for me to say, because there wasn't an internet. Uh, all I remember, when, when was that? That was like 86 or 86 or so when the 900 number thing, when they killed him off and
Gabe would know.
you could vote.
Gabe
Uh,
would know.
I didn't particularly care for him. I thought he was a smart ass punk.
Yeah.
I didn't vote, so I was okay with the fact that he died. But I also didn't like that they treated the death of a character like it was a game, like the 900 number.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of didn't like that whole thing. But I also understand why they decided it was time for him to go.
Did you call?
I did not. No. Okay, wait. Here's some more Grasshopper content.
These guys.
Let's see if there's an image of him driving away in the car. What are these images? Oh, it looks like there's a modern. Oh, Whisper Gang, the Grasshopper Gang. I wish I could see the picture of them stealing the the Dynamic Duo Archives Volume 2. I might have that.
Man, he caught Batman right in the jaw. Jesus.
Yeah.
For a joke of a villain, he really popped him there.
Wait, I think I may have some of these. Dynamic Duo Archives Volume 2. I actually do have this.
Wow.
So let's see if I can. Let's stop the screen here. Okay, so I have this somehow. The fight that. Oh. This is what was so great, is that you'd have these really boss Carmine Infantino covers, and I'd be like, yeah, okay, Batman. And then you'd open it up, and it would be this chonky, dorky art that was, there's Batman during the day going to a park or whatever. How to solve a perfect crime. Let's see if I can find the Grasshopper Gang. Oh, the man who stole from Batman. There's the Bat boat. Here it is. Yep. Okay, wait. So this issue's called The Man Who Stole from Batman. And I forget how, I can't read it really quickly here, but it's some grasshopper guy and he's gone. He must have jumped to the nearby roof. And here's the one where he's driving away in the Batmobile. Bye. See you, suckers.
I kind of hope the next panel is him looking at Robin going, did you grab the keys? Uh-oh. You had one job, Robin.
So then Bruce Wayne's supposed to give Bruce Wayne introduces Batman on a boat. So they do the quick change thing here.
I gotta say, the coloring on that is not bad. It looks pretty good.
These archives are nice, but Grasshopper guy pops out of the box and clocks Batman. Boom! And escapes with I'll take that batarang. Oh, he's trying to steal all kinds of stuff from Batman. Grasshopper guy. This is actually a pretty good plot. Now he's stealing up. Now he's got Robin.
I think this is due for a reread. Which is one of our topics tonight.
I definitely had this issue. So yeah. Yeah, he tried to steal everything, ended up with Robin, but in the end, spoiler alert, they catch him and he goes to jail.
Oh.
Hey, Jess. Yeah.
Real quick, where can they get that book?
Oh, eBay. But if you want to get the book that that we were referencing earlier, like Batman Silver Age Omnibus, this is what all we had for collected editions back in the like 90s and 2000s. I have a whole bunch of these. That would be instocktrades.com. Whoops.
Don't type that in. A $50 gift card tonight?
Yeah, don't type that in. InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions from 30 to up to 65% off, depending on where you click on the site. Don't forget your 2% loyalty discount. At the end of every month, we give away a free $50 gift card to a lucky winner out there that could be you. $50 or more in an order gets you free shipping in the United States, fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Doo-dee-doo. There it is. And this is what we want to create. FOMO.
Love it.
So, yeah, this is what we used to have, these archive editions. Sort of similar to Marvel Masterworks. I forgot about these because this was the only way. Let's see, 327 through 333. So this is the only way I could read these stories. I mean, still, it's the only way I can read these stories because they haven't been released in an omnibus or any other format, I don't think. And it was always, this is a perfect example of what it was like a really cool cover, Batman and Robin, and then like this art that was just like, the man who quit the human race.
Yay, Comics Code.
But I mean, I think you and I talked actually, well, these covers were really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there. There's a lot of good art in there too.
I think we talked, I feel like maybe it was somebody different that I talked about, but did we ever talk about the thing that they would do with the Flash for like they'd have the they would draw the cover. They would have Carmine Infantino draw the cover with a theme and call it. Where's the Flash? So they would just draw the cover ahead of time as a challenge to the writer, and then just give it to the writer, and he had to come up with the story.
That's pretty fun. That's got to be cool.
And then if I could find the right, they didn't put the covers. They didn't put the covers in between these stories, did they? But there was one story. Oh, they did. So there was one story where they used the cover twice and made a big deal out of it on the cover, where they were having the writer do a different story based on the same cover.
Okay.
So I thought that was pretty creative back then, where they would just come up with covers and make the art and make the writer write to the cover. So I thought that was cool. And then they used it twice, which I thought was really cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, here's Gorilla Grodd.
Oh, I love Gorilla Grodd.
This is such a good cover.
Just look at the face and everything. Oh man, yeah, he sells it. Who's the
And
cover artist on that?
I think it's Carmine Infantino. He's usually the one,
It's beautiful work.
and a lot of times it'd be Joe Giella, who would be the inker. But it was a fact at that time, during the 12-cent era, that Gorilla covers sold more comics. Anything
Really?
with a gorilla on it. Yeah, that's how Kong Gorilla existed. I have a comic somewhere on my spinner rack of Titano, who had he was a giant ape like King Kong, but he had kryptonite rays coming out of his eyes so he could fight Superman. So they had, so there were always gorillas in a certain part of the 60s because they sold more.
Huh.
Somehow.
I wonder if that would explain Red Ghost and like the gorillas and the chimps and stuff like that he used.
What time period was that?
Red Ghost is in the 60s. I'm pretty sure. Right? 60s? 70s, maybe? Maybe I'm overshooting. When was the Fantastic Four, the first issue? That was in the 60s, right?
61, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be in the 60s. Red Ghost shows up early
Red
on.
Ghost, yeah. I don't know about Marvel. I know that because I was a DC kid growing up. So I don't know if Marvel had the same thing. It was only for DC that I'm aware of that gorillas made a difference.
I wonder if it was piggybacking off of Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes wasn't until about 68, I want to say.
Okay, I'm really off.
Before Planet of the Apes.
I'm really off. Let me see what year that was.
Planet of the Apes? Yeah. Condiment King better show up in whatever next Batman movies under James Gunn or we riot.
Wow, you have a great memory. Yeah, 1968.
Yeah, I thought so. And then the next movie was good too. Was it Escape from Planet of the Apes? It had it was a different lead. It wasn't Charlton Heston. James Kovac or Novak or something. I can't think of his name.
After that, in 1970, we got Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
That was the next one?
That was the next one in 1970. Then, man, they really cranked these out quick.
Yeah, there was 5 by the time I was about 14.
Dude, no, 1970, 71, 72, 73. There was a Planet of the Apes movie a year. So in 1970, there was Beneath the Planet of the Apes. 1971, Escape from the Planet of the Apes.
That's
1972, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. 1973, Battle for the Planet of the Apes. And then there was the television series the following year, Planet of the Apes. And then after that, there was another animated television series, Return to the Planet of the Apes in 1975. Goodness, they ran this into the ground.
I remember when I was about 14 that on the local radio station, I won 2 tickets to a Planet of the Apes marathon, all 5 movies at once. And so I took a friend and we bought, it was right in the theater was right next to a Safeway. So we loaded up on candy and soda and stuff and snuck it in so we didn't have to pay. Even back then I was a tightwad. And we only made it to about the middle of the third one. And we said, okay, we were so excited. We're like, Planet of the Apes, let's go, all 5. What? This is gonna be great. And there's no way. We just did not make it. We had to throw in the towel, use a dime, put it in the payphone, and call my parents to pick us up. That's right. Payphones.
Payphone. Jesus, I still remember those.
Let's see. As I'm hiding in my office watching this, and would be caught off guard anytime on the topics, I would say Animal Man and Swamp Thing. Wait, is this for obscure movies? I'd love to see an Animal Man. I'd love to see a real Swamp Thing movie. I like the one with Adrienne Barbeau, that first one.
That was the 80s?
I think so. Yeah, the Heather Locklear one, not so much. That was
a badass suit.
I think that's where Geo got the. Wait, he can hit it really fast. The thumbs up thing. Where is that? Here it is. I think
love it. I like the suit.
And then there's this one. Boy, there's an awful lot of things of me in here.
There was kind of while we're on the subject of the apes, IDW had this is probably a few years ago, a series of Planet of the Apes comics that I heard were actually not bad. This was years ago,
though. I've told you about the Green Lantern crossover, right? It's really good. Yeah.
Yes. You've told me it's very good.
It is really, really good. And you can still get that book. It's a fundraiser for the comic book defense fund, legal defense fund.
That's cool.
Gabriel Heroes Con was great. I have a video up. If James is still in the chat, I have a video up of how much fun I had, and I showed off all the loot I got and the signatures and so forth, and stories and this and that. So, yeah, if James is here, he can give you a link to that. But it was great. Raphael voted for the death of Robin.
Oh, man. Come on.
Like that, right, Raphael?
There you go. Admittingly, I was always a Dick Grayson fan. Even though I grew up with Tim Drake, because I had the Teen Titans series, and that was Tim Drake. But Dick Grayson was always the badass one. It was always like, oh man, Nightwing. His costume. This was the '90s Nightwing, so he had modernized his costume more now. He didn't have the disco go-go boots from the '70s.
Dick Grayson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He had they modernized his costume where he was kind of wearing the jet black with the blue symbol, and he had the little mask.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, man, Nightwing's costume is badass. Having looked back now, man, that 1970s costume was rough.
1970s Robin.
The Nightwing one, I think it was the 70s or the 80s, where he had the go-go boots.
He was called Nightwing at the time?
I believe so. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Okay, let's see. 85.
I'm probably really off on that year.
Nightwing. I'll probably get a car or something. Oh, no, I think you're right. Is it this one?
Let's see. That's the one. I was not a fan of that costume at all, man.
So, yeah, that's the costume. Okay, yeah, I had forgotten about that one. Let me make it a little bit bigger.
I think most people have.
Related content. Oh, wow.
Yep.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Nightwing in his 1980s glory, Nightwing and Batgirl.
That is a deep V line. That is a plunging V line if I have ever seen it.
Whoa, look at that hood, the cape hoodie thing behind him. Wow.
You remember this, Jess?
I don't remember this look. I remember that first one, this one. I do remember this one, but that cape that just stood out on its own. How did that happen? Look at this one.
Yeah. Lots of starch watching that.
You'd put an eye out with that thing. Wow. I wonder if that's fan art.
That is a deep plunge.
Yeah. How does I wonder how I know this is just comics, but how do they get into this outfit?
That that is a good question. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm
Maybe
you know what?
it's
I
is it one piece? You think it's like all one a onesie, or is it two pieces? What are we?
well, it looks like the boots are attached, so I wonder if it's like a I well I don't know.
And it's really tight. That is a tight suit.
Yeah.
That leaves nothing to the imagination.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so funny. So that was yeah. So this is what this okay, so you were born in 1989, so this is kind of your Robin is Nightwing.
Yeah, yeah. He was always my favorite, but I grew up with Tim Drake because of the animated Teen Titans show and the.
Mm,
And I'm all over the place with years today.
yeah.
I want to say it was the early 2000s, the late 1990s, maybe 99 was that Teen Titans show on Cartoon Network, which they still didn't fucking finish. But I always loved Nightwing. He was really cool, especially in the animated series.
You know what? I can't remember. Wait, maybe in the chat they know. When did here it is. This is where you can get the thank you, James. Wait, where's the James, not that I'm criticizing you, but I do need for Gabriel, I need you to show can you pull up my Heroes Con video? Thank you. But this is where you can get the green link. Sorry, James. It was already there. Mea culpa. I apologize. I should have never doubted you. Bulletin Omnidog leaves house for Heroes Con. So there you go, Gabriel. Here's Daniel Cohen. What up? Oh, look at him in the doggy.
Oh,
that is so cute.
He's adorable.
Planet of the Apes movies are great. I love all 5 of them.
I've never seen the old ones.
Oh, the first one, I had no I never read any articles about it or anything. I just knew there was a planet of apes, and so I went to it. So I was completely shocked at the ending. I thought it was a great ending. I never saw that one coming. And then it's just hard to keep, when you get a great reveal like that, it's hard to top it or even meet it. So, James Franciscus was the one I saw the movie of. Maybe that was Escape From, and he was trying to escape with whatever hot chick they had captured, like Nova was in the first one with Charlton Heston.
Yeah, I just found out because we read that documentary about Rod Serling that he actually wrote the first draft of Planet of the Apes, but they changed it a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Yeah, that's a really good book. I'm glad you suggested that to me.
That's fantastic. If you guys are out there and you didn't see, we had covered this a few weeks ago. There is a brilliant biography on the life of Rod Serling, who was the creator of the original Twilight Zone. And I believe it was called, what was it, The Television Man or something like that?
Twilight Man. The Twilight Man.
Highly, highly recommend that you guys pick up that graphic novel. It is fantastic. And what a fascinating guy that led such an interesting life.
Yeah, he really did. Lucky he didn't die in World War II.
He almost did.
Yeah, he got really wounded. Well, really wounded. He got seriously wounded in World War II, and was a paratrooper.
Mm-hmm.
True Graphic, what up? We've been talking about the obscure villains we want to, and heroes. So we could be thinking about. Well, you want Batmite, and of course I want Mixoplitzlik. That would be great to have Mr. Mixoplitzlik. 00711. How are you? Welcome. Comics Alliance published a nice story about DC entitled Gorillas in Our Midst. A History of Gorillas in Comics. Okay, cool. I'll have to check that out. Thank you.
How about Crazy Quilt? You down with Crazy Quilt in the movie? Huh?
Yeah, let me search for him. Crazy Quilt, the Batman villain. Let's see.
What up, dudes?
What up, Crazy Quilt?
I will be disappointed if Crazy Quilt does not make at least a cameo.
I'd be upset if Crazy Quilt didn't make a bunch of quilts in the 90s for AIDS.
I
Here
love
he
Crazy
is.
Quilt.
Top 5 best Crazy Quilt stories. Yeah, seriously.
Wow, there was 5?
He was created by
There's
Jack
5
Kirby.
stories to pick from to make a top 5 list?
Crazy Quilt is a Jack Kirby guy?
Yeah, it says he was created by Jack Kirby. Okay.
It's a Batman villain that Kirby created?
Is he a Batman? Yeah, Batman. There he is, the greatest supervillain, top 5 best. Really, this is how you kick on the Crazy Quilt was created by Jack Kirby. Whoops! What is copyright? That's not what I meant to go to. No, I want to learn more. Look at this guy. Oh yeah, this would be awesome.
This is a James Gunn character all the way.
Oh, okay. He came out in a Boys Commando number 15.
Yeah,
Boys Commandos. Yeah,
this is a Jack Kirby. This is 100% a James Gunn character. I expect him to be in like Peacemaker season 2 or something.
and
we will love him, and we will fall in love with him.
Well, there's even a statue of him. Look at this.
I want this.
Oh, it's a miniature.
Let's see.
I have a love for shitty Batman villains and like lame Batman villains.
Well, there's a lot to pick from, so
there
you're
is
gonna run out of that. That's a
coming
fact.
through here. Yeah, there it is. That's a statue.
Looks like a bunch of sweetheart they're just spilled on the floor.
That's Crazy Quilt, man.
I want to play. What's that game where you spin the dial and you put your hands in your feet?
Twister.
Yeah.
Play Twister on them.
What a good pull, Crazy Quilt. Yeah, James Gunn has to pull Crazy Quilt.
Yeah, I mean that's the great thing about James Gunn is that he cuts deep. Like I don't know if you guys already mentioned it, but he's talking about Matter Eater Lad eating an entire Domino's.
In Peacemaker, I loved it.
Yeah, and Lou was teasing me in the chat. He thought he was complimenting me when he said, "This is Pharaoh Lad's moment to shine," and I'm like, "What? He's not a minor obscure character. He saved the universe." And then wait, how did you respond? I forget, but you made a good point.
Like Rom is more popular.
Oh yeah, Rom's more popular. I was like, yeah.
Rom is getting an omnibus, which admittingly, I still hold that omnibus is going to sell because more FOMO than anything else.
Well, yeah, I agree. That thing has been, people have been wanting that thing ever since I've been reading about collected editions. It's always been about Rom and the Micronauts.
Do you really think it's FOMO, or do you think it's just like morbid curiosity or collector mentality of I got to collect them all?
I think in the Venn diagram that kind of all goes together in some way, doesn't it?
Venn diagram right there in the middle.
You know, because when I think about it, it kind of all crosses over into it. You've got the whole FOMO, then you've got morbid curiosity that kind of helps them with the FOMO. Then you've got that collector's mindset where you've got some guys, they'll spend thousands of dollars on every single omnibus that comes out. It doesn't matter what it is, and it just sits on their shelves, and they eventually just dump it on the Omnibus Collectors.
Right, but that's not FOMO, right? Because FOMO is fear of missing out. It's like, oh, this is going to sell out, or people are talking about it and it's going to sell out. It's more of like me being concerned and needing to buy it because I feel I'm going to miss it, right? Mm-hmm. But with ROM, I don't think people are worried about it's going to sell out right away. I think it's just more people who are just like, oh, I heard about ROM. Mm-hmm. Never got a chance to read it because I don't it's never been collected before.
Mm.
Slash, I buy every omnibus no matter what.
But I feel like there's a lot of fans of ROM out there too.
Yeah.
I don't know who they are specifically because I'm not one of them.
Oh, it's all people who read comics in the late 70s, early 80s. Like ROM's their favorite stuff ever.
Okay. Well, okay, that's right when I dropped off. I had
Right.
nothing to do with comics in that time period.
It's the same people who are like, it's John Byrne, it's Byrne Austin X-Men and nothing else. Like they're just people who are like really washed the feet of John Byrne. They also are people who are into like ROM because that's just their era of comics. Like they are 15, 16, 17, maybe younger at that time. And when you're that age, you find the best everything, right? That you find the best comics, the best movies, the best music.
Yeah, that is a certain mindset. Yeah, I think you need to be open. But yeah, I think a lot of people get stuck in that where it's like, nope, this was the best time period. I only like this stuff. After that, it all sucks, which is a shame. You need to open yourself up to more things.
Calendar Man, that's a good one.
Calendar Man.
I feel like he's kind of, isn't he kind of recent though?
Well, he's not that obscure, right? Because he's
not.
Long Halloween was Calendar Man.
Yeah,
he's pretty popular. He's not that obscure. When I think
he's been on Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, I think of Calculator. That's obscure.
Yeah.
Maybe like it's not obscure, but like Adam Strange.
Adam Strange. Okay.
Well, and then just the idea of it, just like I mean, other than us having that Strange Adventures thing, you know, that still didn't make him like a hit character. Like he didn't get like an ongoing series, or he's not here and there and popping up everywhere, right? But he's a cool character. Like I know him from Justice League Unlimited and the whole thing with the Zeta Beam and him falling in love with the princess in a different, in a different planet. You know, yeah. I think that'd be cool as shit.
Yeah, I was first introduced to the character through Alan Moore's Swamp Thing because there's a few issues where he deals with that.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
That's random.
It's random. It's not a lot, but there are a few issues that deal with it.
There's West Coast Omni Dog. Completionist mentality, but having said that, bring on the dire wraiths.
Jess without facial hair is a odd looking Jess.
Yeah, where is that from? I don't even know what that's from.
I don't know, but you rocking those shades, man.
That's pretty much me whenever I go outside. Huh. I don't even know where that is. Omar hinted if ROM and Micronauts sell very well, it will increase the chance of getting other unlikely Omnis, and I'm kind of buying both for this reason.
Inhumans? Just throwing it out there. I don't know at this point, man.
No, they're probably talking about like Alf, Care Bears.
Care Bears.
Yeah. They did a lot of like 80s cartoons and toy tie-ins.
I wonder, I probably can't, but now that Skybound has the license for, because I still want that Transformers G.I. Joe stuff. Yeah. Skybound has the license for all that now. I wonder if they'd work with Marvel and maybe we can still get that stuff printed out. I'm not exactly sure.
I don't know if they need Marvel's permission or not. Because IDW reprinted almost not like the first 60 issues of G.I. Joe. They reprint. They were doing collections of that.
Maybe it's a want more than anything else. Maybe they just don't want to right now.
Well, I think they will, honestly.
Okay.
I think Robert Kirkman is smart enough to know how popular this stuff is. And that being able to reprint the early series would be a gold mine. Like I'd buy all that stuff up immediately if that came out. So I think that we would get it for sure.
What? Honestly, it's not my interest at looking at myself again, but what's Shogun Warriors? That was a comic? Do you know that one, Gabe?
Yeah. Dang it. I'm trying to get my memory into it. Shogun Warriors.
I gotta step away just real quick.
Okay. Shogun Warriors.
Yeah, it's a bunch of like samurais in like really cool samurai armor, if I remember correctly.
Huh.
It was like an early anime from like the 80s. Like
Oh.
really cool animation from then, and there was like a comic book series and stuff that was coming out. I remember seeing that stuff on VHS, I want to say.
Okay. Marvel Bab says I was born in the late 70s, so I was reading comics early 80s. I'm a big fan of John Byrne, but I'm not buying Rom. Okay.
Hail Cobra back out to you too, Marvel. Hail Cobra.
Verifying hinted that was it Marvel Transformers Omnibus. He said Skybound doesn't have the license for the old Marvel Transformers comic. Marvel Transformers and G.I. Joe stuff is more likely to be on the cards if Rom and Micronauts sell well. Omar confirmed that Skybound do not have the rights to old Marvel stuff in terms of reprints.
Oh, okay.
Quite right. LOL. James was quicker. Okay. Well, Victor Zsasz just got cast as Metamorphose, so that's cool.
Yeah, the guy from Barry.
Eyebrows either. What's going on there? Does he purposely shave his eyebrows?
No, he has a condition. He's completely hairless.
Oh, seriously?
Okay.
Yeah.
He has a legit condition. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, good for him to turn that into a very menacing, scary look for Hollywood, because he was creepy as heck in Gotham.
Yeah, have you guys seen Barry?
I have
on HBO.
I started it. I couldn't get into it. I watched like the first 2 episodes. It didn't grab me. I
we
heard it
just
gets
finished
really
it. Like, it's good. It's good. He's in it as well, and he plays like a likable, silly mobster killer. So he can do comedy and do like fun, silly stuff too.
Okay. Yeah. 007 alopecia. What what's her name has that?
Yeah, but you don't see him going around slapping anybody.
Fish Moon has that. Yeah. Okay. That's. I'd like to. I've heard Barry's great. I'd like to see that.
It's Harry Winkler's in like he's like one of the main stars of the series. He's in it all the way through, basically.
Oh, Fonzie?
He's great. Yeah.
Henry Winkler?
I love him. I love Henry Winkler.
Oh, he's fantastic in it. Like he plays a theater teacher, and he is just that, past his prime actor, still trying to be an actor, like, kind of mentality thing. It's really fun.
Henry Winkler was so great in Arrested Development. I loved him in that. Is this the actor's name? Anthony Kerrigan was just nominated for an Emmy today for his role in Barry. Oh, Samantha, we were asking what Barry's so good. I need to watch the last season. Are you a professional travel photographer? Because I follow you on Instagram and noticed that you're like all over the world and stuff. So is that just a hobby of yours, or do you do it for a living? If you don't mind my asking. You also don't need to answer if you don't want.
And we also got to wait 2 minutes to get the answer back.
Do you guys want to dive into rereads?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to do my annual reread of Justice because I've forgotten it all.
So this isn't on the title, but I had brought this up in the chat because I was thinking today, there's a lot of stuff that I would love to reread, but with everything that's going on, I just never have the time. And there's always constantly new stuff that's coming out.
Yeah.
I really want to dive into Ed Brubaker's new book that just came out with Sean Phillips, and like a whole bunch of other stuff. But rereads right now, the first one, because I had come up with a bit of a mini list. Where is it? The first one that I have is Grant Morrison's Batman. I want to do a reread of that eventually.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, mostly because I was 50-50 on the series. I really love certain parts of it. I really don't like certain parts of it. I think the second half is much stronger for me than the first half. I think the hype for me is definitely the Batman and Robin stuff. When it's Dick Grayson and Damian Wayne and it's Frank Quitely's art. I love that series. I could have read 20 to 30 more issues of that. It's such a shame that it only lasted, I think, about 12 to 13 issues because it's so good. And you could tell Grant Morrison was just having a blast writing that series.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
And you're going to be reading it digitally, right? Then we'll.
Yeah, I really want to go back and give it a fair shake because I remember starting it and reading it and going, this shit is just happening. Some of this stuff doesn't really make sense to me, but you get through it and you get to Batman Inc., you get to the Batman and Robin stuff. It's really for me after the Batman RIP stuff where it takes off and I'm like, I really, really love this.
I need to reread this. I am going to make this a high priority. What a great idea. He did so much cool stuff. Well, I forget where Final Crisis, does Final Crisis happen? Where does Final Crisis happen as far as this is?
What do you think? Towards the middle, I want to say, Gabe. What do you think?
It's before. I think Final Crisis stuff is in volume 2, but okay. I think we asked this before on the chat. I'm trying to remember, but I think it's before the Batman and Robin series starts.
Yeah,
Final Crisis was before that, and I think
that's when
that and then it turns into over. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when you get Batman, the Return of Bruce Wayne, or whatever. When he's back in time after
the
that,
Battle for the Cowl and all that stuff. Yeah.
A travel content creator. That is a cool job.
That is great.
Are you hiring?
Please.
Yeah, where's the hookup on getting that kind of a gig?
William Lee, how's it going? I feel like I'm in the minority and don't get the Grant Morrison hype on everything or just Batman.
I mean, we say it on the show all the time. He's very hit and miss.
Right.
Yeah.
We feel
when he hits, it's usually a grand slam. Stuff like All-Star Superman or his Animal Man run. I consider those a grand slam. When he misses, oh man, he doesn't
Batman.
Even get close. He doesn't even get close to hitting the ball.
This Batman run, you get like full spectrum of Grant Morrison. From crap to this is godlike amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weapons grade crystal meth.
Yep, exactly. And then that whole like stuck in time stuff too, and
his Wonder Woman Earth 1 is great.
It is. I've heard it's very good.
It's really good. I like his take on, as you said, All-Star Superman. I loved his Doom Patrol.
Joe the Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Invisibles was just over my head. I mean, I couldn't get it. And then Nameless, I ranted long and hard about Nameless over multiple shows about Nameless.
Which is a shame because Chris Burnham's art in that book is actually really good.
Yeah. His let's see, what else?
His X-Men? I mean, new X-Men?
Yeah. His X-Men is what got me into X-Men. Yeah.
I loved his X-Men. I know some people didn't care for it because he gets really weird, but I love his X-Men.
That's what got me into X-Men.
Yep.
What other Marvel stuff? Has he done other Marvel stuff besides X-Men?
Marvel Boy. If you remember Marvel Boy, with J.G. Jones on the art. It's another Kree.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
Marvel
yeah,
Knights book, or within that Marvel Knights like era.
Oh, I just saw an action figure of Marvel Boy.
Here's actually one I'm due for a reread. Arkham Asylum. I read it the first time. I hated it, and I haven't read it since. Did not care for it. The art is amazing, but just story wise, I'm like, I do not care for this.
I don't think I have the absolute of that. Do I?
Speaking of Arkham Asylum, I need to reread Dan Slott's Arkham Asylum in Living Hell.
Dan Slott did a book on that?
Oh, dude, he did Arkham Asylum, and it's incredible.
Really?
Yeah. Let me see. Look.
Oh yeah, I have that book, but I'm not in the DC room.
Yeah, Arkham Asylum in Living Hell.
Okay.
That's really good.
When did he do that? That was before his Spider-Man, right?
Oh yeah, this is like. Let me see if I could find it on here. I want to say like 2000 or something like that. With Ryan Sook doing the art.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Eric Powell does the covers. Oh, it's good stuff, man. I don't know. I can't find a date on it, but yeah, this is an amazing book.
Grant Morrison and Mark Miller did a 6-issue miniseries, The Skull Kill Crew. Skrull Kill Crew. Actually, I might have that.
That's the book where the three cows. Is it three or?
Oh,
they mess it up one way or the other. But the cows from that the squirrels get turned into at the end of Fantastic Four #2.
yeah.
That a town slaughters those cows and eats them as hamburgers or whatever, and then the town like goes crazy. Skull Kill Crew.
You want to talk about a fall from grace, man? What happened to Mark Millar? I mean, I know he's still publishing stuff at Image and everything, but it just seems like nobody really cares what he publishes, and he just publishes stuff just to make movies and TV shows now.
His Magic Order's really good.
Is it?
Oh yeah. I know what you're saying, but it's a return to form for him. It's really fun, really intelligently written. I really love Magic Order. Now, I don't know who asked for Nemesis Reloaded to come out. I doubt I'm going to even read that for free on Hoopla, but Magic Order I can highly recommend.
Is Jorge Jimenez doing the art in that Nemesis Reloaded book?
Yeah, let's see.
Because if he is, that's a waste. Come on, man. He's such a talented artist. No.
New release.
But you know what? Doing a book with Mark Miller is not a bad thing to have happen to your career.
No, you get a movie out of it. Or
he has a podcast on YouTube here, and he's talked to Frank Quietly. He's talked to everybody that he's worked with and stuff. And they don't really straight out say it most of the time, but a lot of them do straight up say like, "Hey man, I appreciate working with you," because they got a cut of like the Netflix deal or something like that. I'm assuming like they all stopped doing comics for the most part. Francis Lionel Yu is just kind of hanging out. He kind of does what he wants.
Good for him.
So hey, yeah, he cuts them in. These guys got paid, so it's not a bad thing to work with them, I guess.
We're getting that American Jesus in a few weeks on Netflix.
Okay.
I haven't read that one. I can tell you that Magic Order's good. What new series? Magic Order, and then you're right. Nemesis Reloaded does have Jorge Jimenez art.
Man, I love this stuff.
Yeah. So I don't.
There's been a lot of whispers that Nemesis thing is going to be a Netflix movie.
Oh, I bet.
Oh God, I hated Nemesis. Oh my! You want to talk about one of the worst comics I've ever read? I've read the first, I think, 2 issues, and I said, "This is."
What, you don't like the idea of him like planting a bomb inside of his daughter's belly where the baby is this, and then the whole thing with the gay son being you don't know?
No, it was terrible. The whole fucking book was horrible. Man, I'm sorry. I know there's somebody out there that liked it, but I thought
that's Steve McNiven art too.
Yeah. Actually, I got to go for a sec. You guys continue.
Have fun.
I'll be right back.
Hey, so what else, man? What do you got that you've been meaning to reread for a while?
Chew.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Chew.
Dude, nobody talks about Chew anymore, unfortunately.
That's
I mean, it hasn't coming out. I mean, he has another series, but it's not. It's. I want the team back. I want him to do it with Rob Guillory.
Yeah.
Because that team was just, forget it, dude. That was such a smash hit, landed, and made an explosion of a book.
Is Guillory still doing Farmhand?
Yeah.
That's a good book.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's really fun. But yeah, I want that team back. It seems Layman, Jesus, has tried to come back with Chew with this new series. It's female protagonist, but I don't think it's hit the same as the original Chew run hit. I love the original Chew.
Yeah. That original Chew stuff is just top notch. It's a gem for people who might have gotten into comic books recently.
Mm-hmm.
It's something to really hunt down and check out. I need to read it again.
That's a good choice.
I own original artwork from it. Like when issue 1, I was at San Diego Comic-Con when issue 1 hit.
Mm-hmm.
And Rob Guillory was there selling artwork from like issues like 2 and 3 that he was like, finished up. So I was buying pages from like issue 3 or issue 2, I think I have.
I jumped into that series after the second volume, I want to say. Mm-hmm. And I remember just looking at the prices of number 1, and that book blew up. Yeah. It was crazy at the time. People probably have forgotten about the book, but it was a huge hit when that book first came out. There was a live action series planned. It never happened. There was even an animated series that was planned for a while, and again, it never happened.
The Steve, I forget his name, the guy that does the voice for Invincible,
Stephen Young,
who played Glenn on Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was playing Tony Chew.
Yeah, he was supposed to be in the animated series. He was going to be Tony Chew's voice, but it never got off the ground, which is a shame. And I have my fingers crossed with the success of Invincible that they could kind of go back and let's do Chew. Let's try to reboot this. Stephen Young's a really popular name right now. Why not? Let's give it a go. Even though he's the voice of Mark, so I don't know how that would work.
It works.
I mean, Justin Roiland voiced Rick and Morty and like 80 other characters, and nobody says anything. So
he just casted everybody from Walking Dead.
Yeah, Chew was great. God damn, I need to reread that.
Yeah, great series, dude.
I'm gonna put that on my list. That was a fun series.
It's a book for people who don't know. It's a book about a detective who gets telepathic images whenever he eats anything with meat. He never eats meat. So like if he eats like a hamburger, he sees how the cow lived, how the cow was eating, grass on the field and having a good day, and how it got slaughtered. Like he'll see it and experience that. So he doesn't eat meat. And this is in a world where back when everybody was worried about the bird flu and avian flu.
Yeah.
In this world, it actually happened. And like chickens outlawed because of the bird flu pandemic that happened in this. So he's trying to he's a detective. So he has to when he finds a dead body, he'll take a nibble on their finger and stuff like that and get evidence and clues. And it's just wild and crazy. Like his partner is a regular dude who got shot up. He became a cyborg. So it's kind of like a half RoboCop situation. And his boss is this big crazy asshole who's super gay for that cyborg partner. I
forgot about
that. It is, the art in it's fantastic by Rob Guillory. It's funny. It's the most unique book that has ever come out. It's a concept that no one's ever done before.
God damn. Yeah, I'm downloading Chew again tonight. Yeah, that's on my list.
Yeah.
I remember people were a little mixed on the ending of it. I didn't happen to mind it too much. I thought it ended fairly well. But yeah, I need to jump back into that. I got to reread Chew, and I got to read the new series. I'm curious how the new stuff pans out. Let's see if it's any good or not. For me, my next choice of things that I need to reread and we've mentioned this quite a bit on the show. I need to reread Fables. I really am dying to go back and reread Fables because it's a series that I remember I read it the first time I read it, I was in college, and I devoured every single volume of Fables that was out at the time. And I think at the time it was like 15 volumes of the series or something like that. Something crazy.
It was 15 hardcovers. Yeah, I have them all.
Yeah. It was the trades. I was picking up the trades, and I remember I just devoured, I think, about 15 of the trades within probably 2 to 3 weeks. I just flew through that series because I loved it so much. And I remember falling off of it after, because there is a certain point where the main antagonist is dealt with, and it feels very much like the story concluded, but he kept writing it, and I loved what came after. There was the Mr. Dark stuff that I fell off after that, and then it bounced back up, and it was really good for a while, and then I fell off again after Toys in Toyland, and I just never completed the series because it
has some ups and downs. Yeah,
it had the high and low for a long time.
But that was one of those books where it's like you got rewarded for sticking through some of the things that you felt might be lower in quality. You know,
exactly.
Then it'll peak back up and just be like the best book on the stands again.
Yeah. I loved all the characters. You fall in love with all the characters in that series. Little Boy Blue, Bigby Wolf, Red Riding Hood, Cinderella
Snow
being
White.
a secret spy is awesome. It's such a great book, man.
I was rereading it a while ago, and I made it through like the first 3 hardcovers, and then something happened. I fell off. I don't know if I just got busy with work or what, and I fell off and started reading something else.
Yeah.
So I was reading it for a while. I made it through like the first 3 hardcovers, and then I got trailed off. I need to go read it again. I need to reread it myself. That's definitely needs to happen.
It was a popular series. I mean, it had a con. There was a Fables.
It came back. It's back.
It's back?
It's currently back. He's doing another. I don't know how many issues it is, but like another 6 or 12. I don't remember. I'm sure someone in the chat will correct us and help out with that. But yeah, it's been back. It's already a few issues out, and so they're going to do a 16th hardcover apparently when that's all done and over with.
Cool.
And then if you want, I mean, people kept telling me to do it, but I didn't want to because I like to just stick with just the main story. But you can always splinter out and do like the Fairest and do like Jack
of Fables. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called. I totally forgot it. Yeah, Jack of Fables.
I heard that stuff isn't as good though. The Jack of Fables, I heard it isn't as strong. The Cinderella stuff is great.
But saying that you're not as strong as Fables isn't a bad thing. Nothing's as strong as Fables.
Absolutely not.
And it just kept going. It was like 160 issues or something.
Anything else, Gabe? Another one on your list for rereads?
You know what? I'm really thinking about it now. I do want to go back and reread Sixth Gun.
Good choice.
Colin Bunn, Brian Hurt, because it's they're doing a Kickstarter to try and do like this massive omnibus of it, or like I think it's like 3 omnis or something.
I think it's like hardcovers,
yeah. And that made me go, oh man, I just want to go back and reread the original stuff because I didn't want to chip in all that money for those omnis. Like it was a pricey Kickstarter, unfortunately. But I have the library books too, so I'll just read it through that. But I want to go back and reread that. Like, I remember just having the best time with that weird Western book.
It was great, and I think that he's there's going to be a sequel to it too, connected with that Kickstarter. I think.
What was that book I was telling you about, Jess, that takes place in the same world as Sixth Gun?
Oh, it wasn't Shadow Road, was it?
That's what it was. Yeah, Shadow Road, I think.
Yeah, and he's but I think that the Kickstarter describes it as, wait, I may still have it up here. Kickstarter. Yeah. Most paper beep 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 beep.
So, question in the chat for you guys as you look that up. You guys getting that Batman TMNT omnibus?
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I read the first one and really liked it, and I heard the other two books are really good too.
Yeah, I've only read the first series, and it was coming out in singles, and that was great.
Okay, wait.
Usually those inter publisher like crossovers are usually not that good. They're just kind of like, okay, it happened, you know. Like, you know, they meet and they're enemies and then they're friends and they got to team up against a common thing that came from each of their universes and it combined into one kind of thing. But this is cool. Like, it was really fun.
James Robinson? Is this? No, this was Joshua Williamson?
No, is it Tom Taylor? No.
Was it Tom Taylor?
What are we talking about?
Batman
James Pitt, Tiny Onion.
Tiny Onion.
Oh, it's Tiny Onion. Okay.
I can't make heads or tails of this.
And because we were saying on the show the other night that we weren't sure if it was going to come out, it came out and it's half off on in stock trades.
Ooh.
The Batman TMNT?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
So that's like $50, right? It was $100 omnibus, you were saying.
Will also include chapters of a brand new Sixth Gun prose story, also written by Bunn himself. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff on this.
Yeah. But I was like looking at the omnibus, and they were like, it was like $200 or something. I was like, I'm good.
Jess, what about you? How about something you want to reread?
Well, I do want to reread Justice. You know, I haven't read V for Vendetta in a long time.
Wow.
I don't think I've read that since it came out. So I have the absolute of that. You know, I could probably go through all my absolutes and just reread all of those, except for Green Lantern, Green Arrow, which I just read. And Batman Hush, which I just read too. But I found out that I haven't been reading all of Hush. I thought the Absolute had everything, and then I find out there's an omnibus coming out that has a ton more Hushy stuff.
No, the omnibus is after Hush.
Does it include Hush?
Or I don't know if it does include Hush. I don't know the omnibus, but I know it's after. It's like the Paul Dini like Hush stuff.
Okay.
Heart of Hush, all that stuff that came out after.
Right, I think that's what that was, right?
Yeah.
Look it up.
It is Paul Dini, but it's some other stuff too, I think. Oh, you know.
Oh, I'm looking it up now. I see. Okay.
So what is it?
Let's figure it out together.
While you guys do that, I'm going to give you another one of mine. For me, oh, never mind. Hold on. Never mind. What do we got?
So yeah, it does have regular Hush, the 608 through 619.
Okay.
And the 685. Batman Gotham Knights 50 through 55, 60 through 71, 70 through 74. Detective 846 through 850, 852. Hush Zero from the Wizard. The Hush Tales from Batman Secrets or Streets of Gotham 1 through 4 and 14 and 16 through 21. And a brand new short story from Batman Hush 20th Anniversary Edition.
Oh,
wow.
That's a beefy omnibus.
150.
What's the page count on this one, Gabe?
2. I don't know. Doesn't say on here.
Is that PRH?
Yeah.
Cycle's in the chat. What up, buddy? Yeah, Cycle set up a Discord for me. I'm sure James will be putting up the address soon. The address. The address. Whatever. Okay, I have a Discord. I don't know. I should go into it. Maybe I'll go into it after this show and see what's going on. But yeah, I could. You know what else I could reread and be happy is Promethea, the complete in Absolute. I could reread Absolute, Azzarello and Chang's Wonder Woman. I could just reread my entire Absolute row, and it would be awesome. Maybe that's a great project, like rereading my Absolutes.
It's not a bad idea.
I could. Oh yeah, okay.
The Absolutes used to be like all the best stuff, so that you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. Okay, Lou, I'll give you credit because you came up with a reread idea. I'm going to take a picture of my Absolutes and just read them all the way through, including the Jack Kirby monster buses.
That's a tough one. Those are thick boys, man. Does this mean you're going to read Batman Year One, both editions?
I don't have Batman Year One in Absolute. I have Year One and Dark Knight Returns only in that leather-bound standard thing that I got years and years ago.
You got Preacher and Why the Last Man?
I don't. I kept those in the hardcovers.
Oh, the Preacher Absolutes are beautiful. Oh my god, I regret selling those when I was moving out.
Yeah, those are beautiful.
What about Identity Crisis? You have the Absolute for that?
No.
Oh, your Absolute collection sucks.
I had it, and then we did that episode on it, and I reread it, and I said, I don't want to be associated with this thing. Get out of here. Absolute I remember that. That was. What was that? No, go ahead.
Absolute New Frontier. Do you have it?
I have it and the deluxe. Because the deluxe has the extra story that now the new Frontier has. Promethea, Watchmen, All-Star Superman, Planetary, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Kingdom Come, Justice, Black Mirror, Danger Girl.
Danger Girl.
What the heck?
That's not a DC Absolute.
But it says Absolute on it.
Oh, okay. So then I guess DC all of a sudden put it out.
Then I have a few Crisis books.
Uh-oh. Good luck with those.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Wait a minute. Crisis.
You might have just promised yourself in a world of hurt.
Hush and Black Mirror. Those are good. I have a feeling I might have Final Crisis to deal with,
and maybe Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah, I have Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh, there you go. That's gonna break you.
I have Final Crisis also. Top 10, Absolute Transmet, and then World's Greatest Superheroes.
Do you still have all three Transmets?
No.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, I needed the money, so I sold my JLA Avengers.
Dang.
I still have mine.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's signed by George too.
Oh, well, then you have to keep that.
Maybe.
I had a friend send me the paperback collection of JLA Avengers, and I thought, okay, I really need the Dosh. So
the new one that everybody was like,
yeah,
crapping over everybody else to get. Stores are charging like $200 for it.
Right.
Oh my god, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, Jesus.
What are you gonna reread, Lou?
For me, I'm way past due for a reread of Ex Machina by Brian K. Vaughan.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I've never read that.
You want to talk about a series that absolutely everybody forgot about? It is Ex Machina with Brian K. Vaughan. It is the West Wing meets superheroes. And it has one of the best first issues I've ever read. Just because of the time that it came out and the sheer brass balls it took Brian K. Vaughan. And at that time, I believe this was an IDW book. I don't think it was Image. And at the time to publish it, because it was just short, if I remember, I think it was only 3 years after 9/11. And if you know how that first issue ends, oh my God, I love that first issue.
I forget now. I'm going to have to reread this.
Do you remember how that first issue ended?
Yes.
I don't.
Oh man. I'm not gonna say anything else. Just guys, if you really enjoy political drama and you like just a bit of a dash of superheroics in there, this is a book for you. If
you wanted your president to be a superhero.
Basically, it is a world where there is only one superhero, and his power is he can control technology. And something happens within the first issue that propels him into a political career, and he becomes, I forgot if it's the mayor of New York or the mayor of a fictional city or something like that.
And it's New York.
I think it's New York, and it deals with balancing out a superhero life with being the mayor of a city. It's so good, man. I love that series. I love the last issue. I thought the last issue was brilliant.
I should reread that because I've utterly forgotten everything about it. I should reread Why the Last Man because I've forgotten about it. I should reread. No, I've read Paper Girls recently. I should read what's the book that I've never made it past hardcover 2? We just talked about it. Scalped.
Oh God, yes.
I need to read that.
Oh, if you go back and read Scalp, I'm gonna go with you.
I will read it with you.
We will all go on this journey together, like it was some like ayahuasca trip.
I will read Scalp with you, but I cannot promise that I will fly through that book if we start a reread.
Okay, can we set a date and just try and stick to it, and we'll have a Scalped like a couple Wednesdays from now or something? Do you want to do that?
Yes. I love that book. Absolutely.
What's that? The 1926th? Wednesday the 26th?
I reread
James,
Scalp.
put it on our calendar.
Are we doing this 2 weeks from now?
Yeah.
I've reread Scalp
good.
twice now. I think it's been 2 or 3 times that I've read that series.
I haven't gotten through it. Not because it's bad.
No, it's not bad. It's one of
it's one of those weird books that I just can't. Same with
it doesn't get bad until later in the series, and I don't mean bad like I mean like it gets
badass?
bad. It gets like dark.
Yeah,
it gets dark.
Yeah.
You get like Shunka shows up and Diesel.
Oh my God, I love Shunka. Shunka's such a great character.
Okay, I'm gonna go right after this.
The Among.
Yeah, I still say that is. I think that might be the best thing Jason Aaron's ever written.
Oh yeah,
I don't think he's topped it yet.
Mm-mm. It's better than his Thor.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh, when the final deluxe comes out for Fables, I'd love to do a reread of all of that.
We were just talking about that when you were gone.
Oh, you were? Okay. Mm-hmm. That would be great. I loved all of that series, except for the great crossover. That was kind of weird.
This is a bold statement by Cycle Cleveland, but you know what?
This one?
I think I agree with him. He says, Scalped is better than any Brubaker and Phillips book. I think I agree with them.
Wow.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
First of all, how dare you, James? I wrote myself a note, and I know I'll go get the books right now.
I'm going to download them tonight. I'm probably going to start this tonight. I love this series so much.
Oh, it's so good.
God. Yeah. Dashiell Bad Horse is he's such a great character, man.
Well, the thing is that, okay, so for everybody out there who doesn't know what we're talking about, all right, Jason Aaron did a series called Scalped, and it's a hard, gritty, hard edge noir detective tale.
Yeah.
It's the Wire. Takes place in the middle of nowhere on an Indian reservation, and if you don't know, Indian reservations are the worst ghettos in America.
It is the Wire of comics. I will put that statement out there. I think it is just
No.
that.
It's good. Wire is not good.
I like the Wire. The Shield? How about the Shield? I know
There
you
you
love
go.
the Shield. I love the Shield also. It is the Wire / the Shield of comics for me. I love it. It's just, this was to me a Jason Aaron that was really hungry to break his into the industry and break his name out there. And this was the book that did it.
Whoop. So it's
Yeah,
on
that's
like,
such a great series.
you can see that I made it through the first. Oh no, I've only made, wait. I feel like I've read 2. Why is the shrink wrap still on it?
Did you read it through the shrink wrap?
Apparently, I've only read the first volume twice. I thought I read the second volume. Maybe I read it in trade paperback or something.
I'm downloading it now. I'm adding this to my tablet.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got the hardcovers right here.
Wait, who's saying I thought you guys loved The Wire.
I love the Wire.
Did I miss something?
I don't care for The Wire. I couldn't
okay.
make it through like the 3rd season or something like that. And everybody, you got to keep going until like Omar shows up. Like, I got to go through 4 seasons before he gets good. Like, stop.
I never saw it. It's too dark and gritty for me. So
Yeah, well, you guys hold that up. I've got a tablet. So
okay, James, I'm taking that bet.
Ah.
Forget to read the book. I may not. Well, no, it's going to get read. I'll probably stay up all Tuesday night and read it the night before, like in college.
So here's the thing about Scalped. It's a quick read. I'm telling you, the issues will fly by. For those of you that want to read it with us, what do we got? 2 weeks from now, the 26th.
Yeah.
Is that what we're shooting for? You'll
Yeah.
fly through the series.
Okay.
Because it's so good, you're not gonna want to put it down.
Yeah.
Was it 5 hardcovers? Yeah.
It was
And
right
the
now.
art in it is like the ugliest,
Rhyming.
beautiful art. Like, it's ugly. Like, it's really like gritty art. Like, it's like jock, but a little bit more like refined. But it's so good. It fits the story. It creates the environment, and the environment and the whole setting is like another character in the series itself as well. It's great.
Okay, this is a fair statement. Omar ruins everything. Am I right?
Oh,
Actually, I had a question. Hey, Hondo, what's up? Deadly Class is my favorite over Scalped, Machina and Fables, but I'm biased because I'm of Nicaraguan descent and went to high school in the 80s, just like the protagonist of Deadly Class. Let me ask, didn't I only have the oversized hardcovers now of Deadly Class. Didn't Remender used to put out a playlist of the music that went with it or that he listened to while he was making it?
Yeah.
yes.
Where are those not in the hardcovers? Were they only in the single issues? Do you know that, Hondo? Anybody out there? Do you know where I could find the play? I mean, I guess I could find the playlist online, but I thought it was in the hardcovers. But I don't.
I got my hardcover one here.
Okay, maybe I just didn't see it in there.
Kill the Rats.
I saw that. I did see that, and I'm like, "Where's the playlist?" I remember Kill the Rat.
You got covers, sketches, logo designs, cover designs.
Come on, chat. Don't let me down. Where's the playlist?
Is it just on Spotify or something? We got the script.
We got Hondo. We got Cycle Cleveland. We got William Lee. You guys are all experts in things. Super Laugh Hard.
No, not in the first one.
Hondo didn't know that. I do know that Rick Remender lived in SF not too far from me, although Cycle is still on the Shield. Okay, we've moved on to Deadly Class and where the playlist is now.
Yeah, Remender was heavily into the punk scene.
Right, yeah.
Really big into it.
Yeah, so I thought that there was either a playlist that coincided with what the kids were listening to or what he was listening to while he wrote it. So the question is, where's the playlist? Oh, in the letters pages. I don't know where else it is. Are you just making it up that it was in the letters pages? Psycho, you're messing with us, I bet.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, remember. Yeah, I remember. I guess I read it initially in trade paperback, and I feel like I remember those being in there.
I'm trying to look it up, but I don't know.
Oh, William Lee is in. Am I insane to bring all 4 hardcovers for Remender to sign this year at NYCC?
He's gonna thank
That'd
you
be
for
fun.
that. That'd be cool. I'm sure
If you get one of those
better.
open air wagons like I'm gonna get for next year's Heroes Con,
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
it's better than the suitcase that I had that spilled out in front of David Nakayama's table and maybe bump into Miko Swayan's table and knock over a bottle of water, and then all my stuff spread out all over the floor.
That's why you don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, that's why I want to get the wagon and pull it
Oh
behind
my god!
and give rides to little kids.
Are you really gonna do the wagon?
I think I am. Yeah.
They're gonna kick you out, Jeff.
No, I saw a lot of people with them. That's what gave me the idea. Kristen and Reed both said, how else am I going to get all those books around?
You make trips.
Gabe did that. Yeah, I'll give credit to Gabe. Yeah, he brought, when he went to MegaCon, you brought quite a few omnibuses, and he would get them signed, run up to his hotel room, grab another one, and then come back down. And it was not a short walk. And he would go to the next creator and get something signed.
Yeah,
that is
how you do it.
Well, I'm not staying. We're not staying next year in the hotel. I think I'm going to have to be that guy that is the nerd wagon. And I'm going to put a little license plate on it that says nerd alert or something.
I think if I were to do MegaCon again, I live in Miami now, so it's an Orlando convention. I'd probably go the Gabe route, honestly, and just get the hotel because it's so convenient for me. It's just so convenient because you literally walk down and you're in the convention already.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But I'm also going to have my wife with me. We may end up staying with our friends in their palatial estate.
So then what you do is you have her wait in line for somebody that you can try and get an autograph from, and then you bounce out, go to the hotel or whatever, get another omnibus and bring it back.
That involves a lot of work.
You don't want to carry 50 omnis at once. Like just even on a wagon.
I don't know that upper level management's going to go for that plan.
Everybody's going to hate you and slash your tires.
Slash my tires.
It's the wagons. It's the smelly armpits that ruin comic book conventions.
Well, how is my wagon ruining a con?
And cosplayers who stop in the middle of the aisle to take 1,000 pictures.
Oh man,
yeah. I'm very aware of where everybody is. I don't stop in the middle. I don't take 12 copies of something and hold the line up for somebody to sign. Gabe is speaking the truth.
Yeah, guys, do us all a favor. If you're at a convention, don't bring 50 issues for the person to get to sign them, because everybody's going to hate you in that line. Absolutely everyone will hate you.
Yeah, that's what happened to me with a couple of creators at Heroes Con. The guy in front of me.
Some of the creators will just put a flat out limit. I'm like, no, I'm not signing 50 issues of Wildcats, okay? I'll give you 2 or 3, and that's it.
Yeah, or else they charge per issue or per signature, like a certain person.
Tim
Shooter.
Yeah.
This
The
is
guy's got to
true.
pay for his back surgery somehow.
True.
Is that?
Knee
Oh,
surgeries.
when did he have that? Has he
I
had
don't
it
know.
yet?
I'm just saying he's just a big dude. He's old. Something's going to start breaking apart on him.
Yeah, he did look uncomfortable.
Poor guy.
There wasn't a
He's
line.
awesome, dude. He's so fun to talk to. He's such a good, such a great storyteller. Like he'll tell you the best stories of.
I tried.
He's worked with everybody, so he'll tell you
Yeah.
the best stories of this and that.
I tried to get him talking about something, but he wasn't interested.
No, because like when he was at Torpedo, he I've not seen him at other conventions. He'll bring like a whole setup at his table of like folders with these pages, and he'll have like notes from Stan Lee saying like, "Hey, this X-Men cover was like super ugly. Like, don't let that person draw this book anymore." And he'll just tell you just stories of like he carries his whole like life with him. He'll just tell you stories. You'll see pictures of his house and stuff. Yeah, it's cool.
Jesus.
I tried to. Well, it could be because I asked him about Pharaoh Lab, but I had him sign that issue, and he said, "Oh yeah, I wrote that when I was 13." And
But he told me that Bill Sienkiewicz did a self-portrait of him. And he's like, "Hey, Jim, I'm gonna surprise you, and I'm gonna give you a self-portrait of yourself." Right.
Mm.
So when he gives it to Jim Shooter and he opens it up, the portrait's just from here down because he's so tall. Jim Shooter's like 7 foot tall or something like that. So it was just this like kind of like the trunk part of your body. Like that's all the.
It's
all it was.
hilarious.
He was a tough EIC. There were a lot of people that did not like working with him during that era. He was not easy.
He
No.
did so much though. He's probably one of the most important EICs they had.
Maybe we
Valiant
need a little bit of that.
Valiant was so great with him. Those
Mhm.
initial Valiant comics were so good.
Maybe we need a little bit more of that in the bullpen of Marvel and DC.
Because during Jim Shooter, he let Walt Simonson do whatever he wanted on Thor. He let Frank Miller do Daredevil. He was there for John Byrne on X-Men. And like all of that stuff, John Byrne on Fantastic Four, all that kind of stuff. He's the one that started the whole like royalties for creators, and all that stuff kind of started with him. He did all the toy tie-in stuff was with him, like with G.I. Joe, Transformers, Marvel, Secret Wars, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but he was, he didn't take shit. It was like it's either he had mandates. You'll see in the comics, like every issue, the character's got to tell you what his power is and how he got it, and they got to say everybody's name in the comic book and stuff like that. And he had other rules of like not too much black on the covers and everything has to be done like this and like that.
There were rules.
People didn't like that.
He initiated those things.
Yeah,
Sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Makes sense. It's a bit repetitive, but it makes sense. You guys got any more rereads?
I'm gonna stick with the noir stuff and 100 Bullets.
God damn.
100 bullets.
I really want to read 100 Bullets over again.
I need to finish it.
Well, I'm going to reread my entire Absolute library, so I think that should do it for me. Plus, I'm reading Scalped for 2 weeks from now. But that's not a reread. That's a read.
Yeah, I want to. 100 Bullets is just beautiful artwork from Eduardo Riso. I mean, it's 100 issues, and I think they land it. It's all very cohesive, and it's a fun read. It takes a while for you to get like into it, and it's not like that. It takes a while for you to like really enjoy it, but you get all these really like single, maybe 2, maybe 3 issue arcs introducing these characters. Then you realize what it's all about, and you get into like the double crossing and the triple crossing and all the houses and the families and all that stuff. It's so good. It's so well done.
I should reread that and Ex Machina and Why the Last Man and DMZ and Preacher.
I'm gonna throw Powers into it too. I'm gonna reread Powers as well.
Okay, if I have the Powers omnibus, that's only like half the run, right?
That's all you really need.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah. Because after that, like the volume 2, it gets a little like iffy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't need to worry about anything. Just stick with the omnibus.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty chunky omnibus.
Well, it's a lot of random stuff in it. Like they did like coloring books. I think there's scripts in it and stuff like that too. So, but it's only like 32 issues. That first volume, I think.
100 bullets is fire. You're gonna love Scalped, Tommy Dog. Thank you, Hondo. I'm excited. See if I can push past book 1.
Do you guys remember that Brian Michael Bendis? It was Bendis and Malieve. Scarlet, I think is what it was. I remember loving the series when it first came out, and then it took like a 10-year hiatus.
Yeah, it disappeared for a long time.
There's something crazy like that. And I came back and I always thought, man, I really should reread and pick that up again because I heard it stuck the landing pretty well.
Well, you're welcome for this. I have it all in trade paperback.
Yes, I want to read that series so bad.
It's really good. I haven't finished it yet, but I've read about, I think it's 5 trades. I've read halfway. I've read 3 of them, and I really like it a lot.
It's 100 bullets, team.
Everybody's talking about 100 bullets in here now. No, Lars, 100 bullets is 100 issues. I mean, I don't know if you're trying to count like the Brother Lono stuff or what, but
yeah,
it's 100.
That's one of the best single issues I've ever read.
27, issue 27.
Mm-hmm.
Is the back half of 100 bullets as strong as the first? Somewhat. I think it's amazing.
Is
think
the
it's just
second
as good.
50 bullets as strong as the first 50 bullets?
Sure is. Did you get more into like the Lono stuff and him training and like there's a lot more? You're really in the story about the houses and the Minutemen and all that stuff by then. It's not all the little like onesie twosies issues anymore.
I don't have Brother Lono.
I don't have it either. I need to get it because I love 100 bullets and I love that Lono character.
Is it a trade or a hardcover or one issue or what is it?
It's a trade.
A trade.
They never did anything else with it.
Okay.
I don't. Is it in the omnibuses? I don't know.
You know what? I don't know either because I kept the deluxe editions.
Yeah, my deluxe editions are signed by Brian Azzarello and Dave Johnson.
Name dropper.
And I got a sketch from Eduardo Riso.
Jeez. Okay, Brother Lono. Brother Lono.
You know, I was always super jealous of that. When you worked at Torpedo, you got to meet all these cool people. I'm like, damn, I wish I got to meet all these people and just hear stories from them.
Yeah, I hang out with them. Sometimes I drove them to their hotels. Sometimes I went to dinner and stuff. So yeah, it's cool.
You must have heard the most amazing stories that you probably can never repeat because of all the name dropping and stuff that was involved in it.
Yeah, some of these guys you get them a little liquored up, and yeah, they get a little loose.
Yeah, I noticed that when I came out there for the signing, the attitude of the creators was noticeably different after lunch.
A little bit looser.
Yeah, they definitely had fun with you guys at lunch.
Oh yeah, we all get wasted at lunch.
It was solicited, but it's not in it. Yeah, I didn't think it was in it.
That sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna get that Lono book. Need to get it.
Yeah, I need to get it too.
All right, guys. Well, I'm tapped out for rereads for tonight. I want to do. I've already downloaded all the stuff for Scalp, so I'm probably going to
awesome tonight. And our fabulous sponsor, InStockTrades.com. If you want to get your collected editions packaged incredibly well and at an incredibly great price, go to InStockTrades.com. We give away a free $50 gift card the last Monday of every month. Don't forget to toss in your 2% loyalty discount to make it even cheaper. $50 or more in an order in the United States gets you free shipping. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Right on. InStock Trades. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. I'm good.
Where can they find you, Gabe?
Instagram, Gabe Loves 90s Comics.
And Lou, when you're not downloading Scalped, where can they find you?
You can find me at Comics Guy 101 on Twitter, Comics Guy 101 on YouTube, and now I'm on Threads because that seems to be all the cool where all the cool kids are at, the new popular.
Aren't you
app.
cool?
It's down there at El Carrero 89. So
30 years younger than I am. Wow.
I know.
And you can find me, OmniDog, on OmniDogs_Vault on Instagram and Threads. And I have a Discord, apparently, OmniDogs Vault. And I'm on YouTube, OmniDogs Vault on YouTube. Thank you to everybody for watching. Peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you. Thank you. And wait, don't we have something that Geo plays all the time? No, that's the countdown. Wait. Yeah, there it is. Peace and love. Peace and love.